I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I'm stupid. But yes, that was a little of Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I'm just fucking around. I hope y'all liked it though. But I said that in honor to say the final episode tier of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 2. Granted, we do have the reunion next year, so it's not completely gone. But regardless, this was the last episode, and they had to wrap it up like they do every season. I don't know. It's always bittersweet to watch, like, my favorite shows end. And I hope you guys were live tweeting with me last night. Well, was it last? Yeah, it was last night, because it's Tuesday now. You were there for my live tweets. A lot of my comments in my videos are repeats of my live tweet commentary. So if you want to get a preview of what I have to say, just follow me on Twitter at Jamar84. So we go ahead and get started into this video. So as we remember from last week, this video starts off as a continuation where Stevie J is sitting here with a shit face like, oh my god, this bitch just proposed to me, right? And so Stevie J again, like, Joseline is trying to, hit the ground running. Let's get this shit popping. And, he's like, we got time. I want to keep it that way. I ain't going to say yes. I ain't going to say no, but I'm going to keep the ring, though. I'm like, really? Like, you really fucking with this girl. And I could tell Joseline was secretly over it because she was like, well, and you hear it in confession, like, that's good enough for me. I know Stevie and, I know he loved me. I know he wanted to make me his baby mama. I'm sorry, I'm no mean to shade Joseline like that, but she could tell like she was secretly kind of over it. She was like, nigga, I expected you to kind of say yes and be happy, but he didn't. He was like, let me get some time, let me do it my way, this, that, and the fourth. I've always been raised. Stevie J said what a lot of people said, like, I thought the man was supposed to propose to the woman. Me, personally, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think my mom was the one who kind of pushed the proposal onto my own daddy. Oh, well, my mom proposed to my dad for the most, pretty much, and, well, that didn't end in divorce. But needless to say, I feel like, it seems like women should want, or all women want that moment where the man gets down on one knee and asks them to marry. I think they all secretly want that moment. Now, I know not all women are the same, and some women like to be the more aggressor and don't really mind alternating that moment with their soon-to-be or want boyfriend or whatever, fiance, whatever you want to call it. And they don't mind being the one to be like, will you want to marry me? Will you marry me? Or something like that. And I feel like the dude is in an interesting predicament because it's like, if you're a guy, we've never really seen this up until now with Stevie J, like on a large scale. Like, if you're a guy, tell me if you, because I know a lot of my viewers are female, but if you're a guy, how do you react to a woman proposing to you if you wanted to marry, if you wanted to say yes, if you wanted to marry her, but she just beats you to the punch? If you're a man, how do you respond? You can't be like, ah! You can't do one of that. That's not, like they be doing. They be sitting there like, oh my god, oh my god. You can't sit there and cry and do all that. So it's like, what do you do? Like, man, thank you, ma. I say yes. What? Like, what do you do? I really want to know how a man could say yes and still hold his dignity. It just seems, I can't imagine it in my mind. I'm sure it can be done, but it just sounds funny to me. So we follow up with Carly Red, Tracy Steele, and Erica are all in Rashida's house painting the room, and Rashida comes in, she reveals that it's a boy. Rashida's belly is sitting high as a motherfucking kite. Like, girl, you are huge. You blew the fuck up. Like, it's not like, Rashida's apparently, her body isn't like how I've seen some people's pregnant body. People who were smaller, who get pregnant, sometimes all the pregnancy is just there at the belly. Like their face don't blow up. They don't really swell up too much in any other areas. It just be all here at the belly. But Rashida's filling out not only in the belly but everywhere. Her face is just getting fat. She's just thickening. She's just getting really thick. But needless to say, she walks in and she talks about how she talked to an attorney about the separation, and Erica was like, Erica and the rest of the girls like, oh, you were my inspiration. Like, if it's over for y'all, it's over for all of us. I'm like, I feel like people who feel like that, everybody's relationship is different. Every perfect couple that you see, there's always their own issues. Now, granted, they're probably able to work it out in their own way, but still, like, I never could look to like a couple to be like inspiration, because they're two people who are trying to be in a relationship, and their compatibility is their own compatibility. Like me and another person, or you and another person's compatibility could even be better than theirs. You never know. So I just never like to really compare relationships like that. So I'll just like girl bye on that one. But after Rashida talks about her issue with Kirk, Erica's basically like, she has to give her spill on Scrappy at the same time. So um she talks about, yeah, last time I heard, he's off to rehab and he wanted me to think about marriage. Now, pause. In my mind, I'm like, I feel like this is about to be the moment where Erica tells these girls, you know what, girls? I'm really thinking about it. Scrappy's, I saw a different man in Scrappy before he went off to rehab. I cried my tears of joy, and I just felt a certain way, and I just feel like we can make it, y'all. We can make it. That's what I thought she was gonna say, and I was ready at my fingertips on my computer to type and read her. But she was just like, you know what? That chapter is over, and there's just no reason for us to even visit that route. I was like, congratulations to you, Erica. Because I was like, girl, don't you even dare think about Meg. Do you not know who his mama is? Do you want to deal with that for the rest of your life? Granted, love is love. You should be about that person, not their parents. But still, and Scrappy been fucking up too. It's not like Scrappy's been a saint. Scrappy been fucking up too. So, congratulations to you, Erica. So we get to the scene where we talk about Scrappy, and Scrappy is in rehab. Now, this the thing. Scrappy's talking about, oh, this is hell. Oh, I can't believe I'm in rehab. This, that, and the fourth. But yet, the scene shows you in a nice, well-lit kitchen. Looks clean. You're frying eggs. You're frying bacon. And you're talking about this is hell? Really? There are people who can't even imagine to be in. They would call that heaven. Food. Lights. Shelter. And you're only in there for 30 days. Scrappy, shut the fuck up. I was like, really? You gonna call this hell? Like you're a celebrity on a TV show and you're in hell, really? Okay. Pay thousands of dollars per season. Alright. But you in hell though. Regardless of that, Mama D walks in and, she's like, oh hey, my baby, this, that, and the fourth. But Scrappy was like, you know what? He about to lay it down once and for all. And he basically was like, you, along with Shay, or Bucky and her hair, as many of the YouTubers call her, and Erica are the reason that I smoke. And this is where I said on Twitter, I was like, this is where Mama D, this is the first time on both seasons where Mama D actually makes some sense. She says some intelligent shit. She said, look, nigga, neither me, Erica, nor Bucky forced a blunt to your mouth and made you smoke. Now, I admit that we were probably irritated, but don't be trying to point the finger at us when that's your fault, motherfucker. Because really, we know you were smoking long before you. Well, I don't know how you in relationship, with your mama has been, early going on. But before Bucky and her hair and Erica came along, I'm sure you was blowing the pipe somewhere, and you can't be. Nobody can force you. Like weed is not. There's no, to my knowledge, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've been told, there's no addictive substance in weed, not like nicotine in the cigarettes and any of the other various drugs. So this is you. This is all you. Nobody's forcing you to do this. There isn't a gun to your head. There's no kind of addictive substance. So, girl, I need you to get over that because you can't be pointing fingers when it's your fault. I hate when people do that. They're trying to point the fingers at everybody but their own self, but they know that they're the one that's the motherfucking problem. But either way, as it goes, pretty much Scrappy got his mama together in that episode, or in that scene rather. He was just like, he was saying, Erica's gonna be my baby mama, and if she ain't, if she can't get down with that, then she gonna have to keep on stepping, because she can just step up and be a grandmama, and this is the woman that I chose, and da 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 da. Little does he know that Erica tossed him to the curb, but you'll figure that out later in the episode. So K Michelle sets up this little gathering of sorts, okay, and she's like, she wants to, who is it? Joseline. Was it all the female characters except for Mimi? I can't remember all who, but y'all know who was there. And she was basically making the announcement that she wants to move to New York. Her management is up there. She's um, happy about all the connections she's made in Atlanta, but she feel like she's outgrown it. And some people was like she was trying to shade um, Atlanta for, I guess, being, or she's outgrown it, like it was some kind of shade. I'm like, people just feel like they're tired of being in the same place and they feel stagnant. Sometimes a move, like when you move relocations, you kind of like renew yourself in a certain way. If you move, especially across the damn country, it feels like a rejuvenating, feeling where you feel like you can start anew. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what K Michelle feels like. She's, kind of done with Atlanta. She's trying to make her peace as many places as she can while she's here, and she wants to go and do her own thing and prosper in her career. So I can't be mad at her. It is what it is. So somehow they got on the topic of sex, and who did they ask? I can't even remember. I want to say somebody asked K Michelle when was the last time that she had sex, and I believe she said 8 months. And Jocelyn was like, 8 months? She was like, shit, I can't go 2 days without dick. I was like, we know, Jocelyn. Every scene that you with Stevie J, you always talking about the beefcake. So we know you can't go too long without dick, girl. But Arian's face, I love Arian. Arian is really stepped out more so this season than last. Last season she was invisible. They nobody even too much know her name, but they gave her some kind of a storyline and a purpose this season. So, but when Jocelyn, I believe, was talking about she gets dick every 2 days, Arian was like, "Ooh," and drunk her little juice. I was like, I love it. It was just funny to me, but and then Arian is proclaiming this gay thing over and over and over again, and Jocelyn was like, "Oh, you like girls?" And she was like, "I love them." I'm like, Arian, they're doing a little bit too much for me right now. You're like, right about now, you're doing a little bit much. Okay, you're trying to milk this a little bit harder. But, I mean, Jocelyn was like, I like pussy too, but shit, I can't go without dick. Why does it feel like all women can get down with women whenever they want? Like it's a casual thing, but it's like a taboo thing for dudes to do the same thing. I don't know. It's weird. It's just a weird stereotype that our society has. But I just thought that was funny. Just like K Michelle was like, I like girls on holidays, but and Jocelyn's like, I like pussy too, but I need some dick. Anyways, yeah, I'm silly, y'all. I don't know why. I'm just in a weird mood today. But moving on to the next scene. This was the scene. Now, this was a scene that I was really kind of confused by and baffled because Stevie J met with No Neck and she was with the Jocelyn lookalike, and Stevie J said something to her about being a Jocelyn lookalike, and this bitch going off like, I don't look like her, she look like me, I'm the baddest of the bush, I'm the Puerto Rican, she just going off and off and off saying, she this, she that, and Jocelyn is nothing, and I'm just like, and this is my exact tweet, y'all. I was like, who the fuck is this no-name bitch going off like she in the motherfucking opening credits of the show? Like, she was sitting there about to stretch her 15-second scene to the fullest extent, because I'm like, girl, you going off on Jocelyn like we know who you are. Honey, like, who are you? You didn't even get the gratitude of a little name tab at the bottom of the screen, unless I missed it. Mona Scott shaded the fuck out of you, let you get your little 5 seconds of fame. You didn't even get a name tab. Bitch. Okay? So after she left the scene or whatever, Benzino is looking at Stevie J like, what the fuck is that? He's like, it's a ring. We about to be like partners. You know how Stevie J be talking. I can't deal with him. And Benzino's like, you do know what that mean, right? Because, Benzino knows Stevie J all too well. And he's just like, yeah, we gonna make it official. And I'm just like, Stevie J, you full of shit. We know you full of shit because we already seen part of the fuckery that you did committed at the end of this episode that we're gonna get to later. But really, the most part before that part is really kind of boring and dull. Like, it's entertaining, but I can't wait to get on the last part. That's about to be so freaking funny. So moving ahead from Stevie J and No Neck, Kirk and this supposedly extravagant apology he tried to set up on this motherfucking episode. First of all, he pulled up in a Jeep, or what looked like a Jeep. It was ugly. That's first off. Secondly, he filled it with balloons and bags and shoes and baby clothes and all this stuff and talking about, oh, I love you, I want you back, this, that, and the fourth. And he's just like that's just supposed to repair everything. And Rashida basically was like, you know what? Right now, I know you're trying to apologize, but right now, I ain't taking your motherfucking apology. And she got the fuck up with her big ass belly and bounced. She was in. Kirk was trying to be like, does all that I just said mean nothing to you? Nigga, did their marriage not mean shit to you when you fucked other bitches? Did their marriage not mean shit to you when you was slapping other bitches' ass and letting them feel your peace in the club? Oh, okay. But, you just supposed to show up with flowers, balloons, and other material shit, and she's just supposed to be like, oh my god, I love you. It don't work like that, Kirk. I'm gonna need you to get it together, grow some balls, and do what Rashida said. Say, if you want to be with your family, you're gonna prove it. You smart enough to figure out how you're gonna do that. And I was just like, yes, Rashida, you better get up and wobble off scene. Wobble off camera, girl. So Arian and Erica come to see Mimi, and they wanted to, I guess initially in the convention, they wanted to talk about, what they just heard from Joseline. Oh, I forgot to mention. I can't even believe I forgot to mention that. While they was with, while Joseline and them was with K. Michelle and Arian and all them, she was talking about she had her own little news after K. Michelle talked about her move to New York, that she got engaged, and they wanted to see the ring. She tried to show the little ring. I was like, girl, you ain't got no ring yet. She just showing the same ring she's been wearing all season, but she mentioned that, she proposed to him. And that was when everybody was like, huh? So when Erica and Arian went to Mimi's, they wanted to kind of, I guess, spill the beans because they didn't want Mimi to be shocked or whatever it was for their reasoning why. But of course, while they're over there, they're going to talk about, Mimi's new girls, Mary Jane and Ashley. And, when she was talking about them and she opened up and showed, how they were kind of swelling right now, but they're going to kind of, I guess, droop and fall under to, I guess, look more realistic. Did y'all see Arian's face when Mimi's shirt came up? She was like, ooh. You see, she tried to cop the feel. She was like, ooh, those feel nice, girl. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Arian got a little too excited. And like I said before, she's really trying to take this whole lesbian thing and take it for a ride. But regardless to say, so they tell her about, Stevie J and marriage to Joseline and all good shit like that. And Mimi reveals that she was like, while they were supposed to be in Puerto Rico, she got a text message. And that text message said from Stevie J, don't believe anything that you hear. And I'm like, that just makes Stevie J look bad. That means that more than likely, as soon as he got that engagement ring from Joseline, he immediately texted her while she was in the bathroom or something, and was like, "Don't believe shit that she said. I'm not really engaged. Da 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 da." I don't know. I'm not sure what it is he's trying to preserve, or what kind of respect. I don't know what the point of what that was supposed to be, but I was like, that's some messy ass shit. But, Mimi's just laughing it off like, girl, I don't even too much give a fuck. Like, really, at this point, Mimi, I really don't think, like, she really too much gives a fuck about what Stevie J does. And she's in a much better place Thank God, because I was getting tired of her always complaining and talking about Stevie J. I'm just like, girl, if you just don't get the fuck on somewhere, leave this rat alone. Ugh. So basically, K Michelle and Carly Red are talking, and they're talking. K Michelle's talking about her move and how she wants to be a better woman and how she wants to mend, the relationships and whatnot. And Carly Red's talking about, why don't you mend the relationship that you had with Rashida? So she basically brings them together, and I wanted to know, like, if y'all read on my Twitter, I was like, I want to know who styled Rashida for this scene, because she really does look like she was styled by a Martian. She did. She was sparkly. She was purple lipstick. She was glittery. She looked like she came from outer space. That's all I'm going to say. But irregardless to say, they didn't too much. I mean, I guess they mended or buried the hatchet, so to speak. They pretty much just made an agreement to where we're not going to be acting like angry bitches all the time. We're going to be able to be, if we see each other, we can speak. That's pretty much the whole point of that shit. They make everybody's butt buddies now. I want to quickly talk about how Benzino met with Stevie J and Joseline to talk about this video and I guess apologize. Everybody's just apologizing and trying to make amends in this video. I'm just like, I mean, I guess y'all could have, whatever. But either way it goes, Joseline was pretty much looking at him like, Joseline was not here for it. She was like, you know what, you tried to do this and it didn't work and I'm over you. And in so many words, she was like, you know what, I'm just pretty much over you. And then again, Stevie J's outfit, he had like the polka dot hat and the polka dot shirt. I'm like, who is dressing these people? Like this, the only people on here like those looking right are the women aside from Sheeta. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm gonna need y'all to work this out. Y'all on the finale looking a hot mess. Stevie J looking like the night sky and Rashida looking like extraterrestrials and shit. I wasn't here for a lot of the fashions. Of course, Joseline, as of lately, has with her long hair, she's been giving you everything. Okay, and K Michelle has been giving you everything with this nice long red hair. I love it. Love it, love it, love it on K Michelle. But aside from that scene, ain't nothing really too much happening there. They tried to give Joseline chocolates and shit, and she was like, no, I'm watching my figure or some shit like that. But either way it goes, I want to get to the next scene where they talk about with Scrappy first, and then again, Scrappy needing the motherfucking haircut. Did y'all see he had that bush going on in his confessionals? I was like, what is going on? Do they just, I mean, I guess, is he supposed to be in rehab and look scruffy? Like, is that supposed to be, is that how it's supposed to be? I was confused. But did y'all see how he was in that confessional, y'all? He was like, Scrappy J looked like he was strung out on something else other than him marijuana. He was like, Mary Jane is a motherfucking fizz naive, y'all. That was so wrong. He was like, Mary J is a fizz naive, you feel me? He started doing like he started twitching shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is an exorcism on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But irregardless, he meets with Erica, and long story short, Erica lays down the ring and was just like, boom. And Scrappy's like, what's that? And she's like, that's the ring. But she's like, I know it's the ring, but what's that? I'm like, what are you talking about? She just told, like, you know what it means. Like, and she was like, it's been on commencement, and I never officially pawned it. And Erica just pretty much broke little Scrappy's heart. Scrappy looked like he wanted to just boo-hoo and cry, bitch. I was just like, oh, poor Scrappy. He loved that girl. He ain't do all of what it took to keep her, but he loved that girl. Shame. I felt bad. I felt something in my chest for Scrappy. I was like, oh, I feel bad for you, my nigga, but you fucked up. You fucked up. But can I get to my favorite scene now? I think I can get to my... Yes, we're here. We're here at my favorite scene, y'all. So, Stevie J is on the piano. Stevie J is trying to get his Stevie Wonder on. Okay, he's sitting there playing in his shades, going. He got the champagne. He got the little rose petals leading from the door. It's just a scene out of a music video. And here comes Joseline walked in with her tall, You know, Jocelyn body is everything, yo. She got this little nice long weave, you know, trying to give the Caribbean stuff. So she walks in, and you know, she's like, I walk, you know, I see Stevie, but then she's like, wait, I see 3 glasses. She's like, I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to mean. She's just like, I know some fuck shit is about to go down, but she just didn't know what. So she's sitting there, and you know, she's standing there, and then she's like, oh, the next thing I see Molly the maid walk in. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, from then on, once Joseline laid eyes on Mimi, she was over it the rest of the scene. She was just looking. So wait. So after Mimi walks in, you know, she's talking about, you know, I see Joseline, you know, I don't know what the fuck Stevie J called me out here for, but, you know, it is what it is. Mimi was just here like, I'm just here. I'm just want to see what the fuck is about to go down. So, Stevie J is, you know, looking to Joseline and looking to Mimi. She's like, you know, I'm your family because, you know, I'm always going to be here for you. You know, I love you and we're going to be life partners. We're going to be life partners. And she's like looking at Mimi like, you know, you my family too because, you know, I'm going to always take care of my kids. You know, I can't never, you know, not treat you right or something like that. So then he goes back to Joseline and it's like, you know, I want to make this life partner thing official. And he gives her, you know, his engagement ring. But the whole time while he's spilling his guts out to her, Joseline just looking like this. Because she's just over it that Mimi is there and like she just knows some fuck shit is about to happen. So she's like, in the confessional, this moment has been ruined for me. Like, this was supposed to be my moment. And like, what the fuck is this bitch doing here? And so while they're hugging or whatever, you know, of course, she's, you know, says yes and blah, blah, blah. You know, Mimi is just over there with her glass like, congratulations. She's just like, she's so fucking shady in this whole scene. I love, Mimi was getting her entire life from this scene. She was getting her entire life. And I was in there just laughing right with her. So as soon as Stevie J gave Joseline that ring, now he turns to Mimi and was like, you know, I can't leave you out. This nigga pulled out another ring. I don't even know what the ring is supposed to symbolize. But Stevie, okay. So after he gives Mimi the ring, Joseline's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm out. And she just gets her shit and she just walks the fuck out. And then, you know, Stevie J looking there with the dumb face like, what the fuck? Why you walking out, mommy? I'm like, Stevie, what did you think was going to happen? Like, what kind of outcome were you really expecting? You just brought this girl who told her that she loved you and she had the balls to propose to you, and you gonna give her engagement ring in front of your baby mama, and then not only do that, but give her a ring also in the same instance? For real? You couldn't have given her, like Sweet Addictions said, she could have given her a brooch. You could have given her a rose. You could have given her, hell, give her some more money in a bag. But don't give her a ring. Really? I want to know what that was supposed to symbolize. They never really clarified, but I just want to know. But Joseline was over it. She was about to get in the hotel, not the hotel, but the elevator. And she was like, she wasn't even about to let the cameras come. She was like, I can't even believe you, Stevie. How could you do that to me, Stevie? And then she got gangster on that ass. Then she was punching and throwing fists and trying to hit Stevie. And you know, he blocking behind the security guards. And I'm like, this is like the freaking, what was that? The counseling session that they had last season when Stevie J wanted to bring both of them into the shit for some reason. He gets a thrill off this shit. I swear he does. Needless to say, Mimi is just sitting there like, she just laughing and just cackling. And she's like, you wanted him, now you got him. Okay, she's like, who's the maid now, bitch? And she is just getting her life. Now, I will say now, as putting myself in Mimi's place, there is no better feeling than seeing the person or the people who fucked you over or who did some low down shit to you. There's no more fulfilling feeling than to see that person get hit with karma and get hit hard. And I always say, when somebody does you wrong, like for real, karma will give you a front row seat to their demise. And you just sit there and you sip your champagne like Mimi and cackle and get your life. But baby, then we get to all this unnecessary shit. After that whole epic scene, which was the best part of the episode, you know, everybody has like these dramatic scenes, like K. Michelle, you know, they're being all slow motion, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be this way from now on, you know, I'm just gonna be this, that, and the four. Joseline's like, fuck love, fuck niggas. You know, K. Michelle's like, I'm out of here, I'm over Atlanta. And everybody had like their own little, well, Benzino didn't have one. Carly Rae didn't have one. Arian didn't need one. Did Tracy have one? I think Tracy did have one. Yeah, there she did. She was all up on Drew and shit. I'm like, what? Didn't y'all just say y'all wasn't going to be together? But y'all talk about y'all were co-parent, but that looked like that was a date. But irregardless, the episodes are over, y'all. There's no more episodes. That's kind of a letdown. But we have that review. Not the review, the reunion. We have the reunion to look forward to next week. I don't know if it's going to be one part or two. I may still be in Bad Girls Club mindset or whatever. But it looked like it's going to be good. It looked like there's some kind of squabble between Mimi and Joseline. So we've been waiting for that since the first season, bitch. So tell me everything. Comments about the video. Comments about the all the fuckery that has commenced all over the season. I really want to know, do y'all feel like, you know, guys can be proposed to by females? Can females be the one to pop the question? And what kind of outcome, what would you have done in Joseline's case if your man, your supposed fiance, brings his baby mama in, hands you a ring, but then hands the other bitch a ring at the same damn time? Okay? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you. Oh, before I go, a lot of you remember Seiko from the real T of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta video. She gave like a lot of people saw her as a hater or whatever, or you know the way that she delivered. A lot of people had a lot to comment on that. She wrote a blog. I don't know if it was on Tumblr or Blogspot, but she sent me a link to her blog where she kind of further explained and kind of straightened out why she said the things she said and the way that she said it. So I'm going to put a link to that in the bottom so you guys can read that. It's a really last short article where she gives like a more detailed description about the each couple and why she said what she said. So I advise you guys to check that out. But this episode and this series is done. Well, of course I'm going to do the reunion, so it ain't really done. But, you know, the episodes are. But I love you for supporting me throughout this entire season. I believe I reviewed the entire season. And I love you guys for supporting me. With the subscribers and the comments just keep going up and up. And remember, just like my last video, if you want me to answer any of your questions concerning advice or what have you, make sure you give me an email at jamar84@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to answer your email. Then again, I've gone on long enough. Make sure you leave your comments, like, share with everybody that you know. Don't keep me as a secret to yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next video next week. Bye-bye, guys.